Years. The Active for Life Melbourne Marathon will take you through our most picturesque boulevard, beautiful gardens and famous beachfront. If running 42 kilometres is too much, there's the half marathon. Or you can take part in the 6K Active for Life walk or run around Albert Park Lake. New for 97 is the Age Melbourne Marathon Bike Tour, a non-competitive bike ride taking in the marathon landmarks. Walk, run or ride, the Active for Life Melbourne Marathon's got all of Melbourne covered.
Marathon, the course took the field around the Albert Park Grand Prix circuit. Victorian Greg Lyons opened up a commanding lead, eventually winning in a time of 2 hours, 15.51 seconds, 4 minutes clear. In the women's victory to 21-year-old Tracy Newton from Frankston in her first ever marathon.
Marathons. But the day's big event, the 42-kilometre marathon, attracted around 1,800 runners.
75-year-old marathon man Ken Matchett of Montrose limbered up for one of the now regular races of his elderly life.
Ready for it. It's been a long haul getting up to 100 marathons.
Ken took up running 18 years ago just to keep fit and tackles a few marathons each year. Today he was up against the likes of eventual winner Greg Lyons, who took top honours this year.
Greg Lyons, 2:15.50. An absolutely fantastic effort.
And around half an hour later, the first female across the line, Tracy Newton, completing her first major marathon.
It's pretty tough. This is my first one, so everything was a new experience for me, so I just took it as it came.
As competitors made their way across the much-anticipated finish line, somewhere in the throng of athletes, Ken ran on and finally made it around 4 hours after the start of the race.
42k is a long way. It's 26 miles from the old scale. One wonders why, but I think mainly to keep oneself fit, you know. I don't do it so much for time, as long as I can keep going, you know, at my age.
With his 100th marathon out of the way, Ken says he'll definitely be back again next year. Tracy Williams, ABC News, Melbourne.
Father has decided it's the perfect age to compete in his 100th marathon.
75-year-old Ken Matchett is a familiar sight at the Melbourne Marathon and at marathons around the world. With 99 under his belt, today this race was special.
I'm ready for it. It's been a long haul getting up to 100 marathons.
The grandfather of 6 pounded his way around the Albert Park racetrack and then out into the streets of Melbourne for his latest test of endurance. After more than 42 kilometres and 4 hours, he crossed the finish line. As a marathon champ, he's a late starter, only taking it up at a sprightly 57. Today, as always, he beat dozens of younger competitors, including his own son.
That's all right. I mean, he's a pretty good runner, you know what I mean? I'm only a novice. I've only run 11 marathons. He's run 100.
Ken says his secret is just staying fit and training. He says he's got a few more marathons in him yet, but might consider less gruelling events when he turns 80.
If you do the right thing and you look after your body and you train, I think you can do it.
Nicole Chavastek, 7, Nightly News.